President of the National House of Chiefs.
Zo.
Nananum Nime of the National House of Chiefs.
Zo.
The Ashanti Regional Minister here representing the Minister of Finance.
Zo.
The Minister for Chieftaincy. My son, Mr. Kandapa, the National Security, who doesn't speak in public.
Zo. Zo.
Mayor of Kumasi,
Zo.
Mr. S.K. Buafo, the Chairman of the Minerals Commission,
Zo.
and all other dignitaries here present.
Yo.
The very Reverend Oscar Christian Amwa. So it is a great honor for me to be invited here today to this August House to commission the renovated offices of the National House of Chiefs.
Zo.
Which building I have a sentimental attachment to.
Zo.
The National House of Chiefs offices, as you see it today, was constructed in 1949 by my uncle Otumfuo, Osei, my grandfather II.
Zo.
Asante name.
Zo.
To serve the Kumasi State Council and the Asante Council.
Zo.
It was designed and constructed under the supervision of my brother, then Jacob Matthew Poku, he was then a surveyor before he became a lawyer,
Zo.
who later ascended to the golden stool as Otumfuo Opokwari, the second from 1970 to 1999.
Zo.
Togbe President, when the National House of Chiefs was created in 1969, by the 1969 Constitution, there was the need for an office complex to accommodate the house.
Zo.
And my uncle, Otumfuo Osei, my grandfather II, donated the building to the house for its activities.
Zo.
So it was a donation to the house. And therefore, I don't want to hear people saying that I'm coming to take back the property.
Zo.
A donation in perpetuity. And not in my time, and not in any Asante time are we going to take the property back.
Zo.
Rest assured, the renovation that we made, the money is not going to go to waste.
Zo.
The building after its construction was very iconic and imposing, and I believe it has served the house very well.
No.
Over the years as I passed by the building, I observed the deterioration that had happened to it.
Zo.
I was therefore very happy when I saw the house undertaking the renovation.
Zo.
Fortunately, the renovated and expanded facilities will enable the house to accommodate the increase in membership of the house as a result of the creation of the new regions.
Zo.
Mr. President, the National House of Chiefs is the foremost institution of chieftaincy. It's very critical to the development of the chieftaincy institution in Ghana
Zo.
in general. It is therefore imperative that the House is provided with the necessary resources as the Minister has now acknowledged.
Zo.
A of our heritage, which is the essence of the chieftaincy institution.
Je.
The relevance of the National House of Chiefs and the chieftaincy institution in general will be judged by how chiefs themselves conduct their affairs to the benefit of their peoples and Ghana as a whole.
Je.
Why should the National House of Chiefs relegate the position of the National House of Chiefs as peacemakers?
Je.
And yet, civil society organizations are now calling for peace and calling politicians to resolve whatever differences when the National House of Chiefs exists.
Je.
And it's because maybe we are reneging on our duties. As fathers of this nation, politics came to meet you and meet you. The politicians came later.
Je.
It was only after the introduction of British systems of governance that the politics came here.
Je.
So you are the fathers.
Yo.
But why, ask yourselves, why are you not being recognized as such?
Je.
It is because of our own doing.
Je.
We troop to politicians begging them for certain things, so we are divided in the front.
Je.
You have to be united.
Je.
You should know the essence of chieftains.
Je.
Let them come to you for advice.
Yo.
Let them come to you for direction.
Je.
If we don't do that, and we go for our petty, whatever benefits that we want,
Je.
you sell your heritage to the politicians.
Je.
And therefore, please, I'm stressing on this because chieftaincy as an institution has something to do for Ghana.
Je.
And if we don't, the relevance of it will be questioned by the youth who don't appreciate yesterday, but today.
Je.
They don't know the historical antecedents of chieftaincy. What they are looking for now is food on the table for them, the education. And so if the chieftaincy institution is not made to be relevant to them, with all due respect, they will start questioning us.
Je.
And that, we shouldn't forget that it might happen soon if we don't put our house in order and lead by example.
Je.
By proving to Ghana that the chieftaincy institution is relevant to the whole Ghana. Because people start questioning, what is this chieftaincy at all? And you know,
Sure.
on television and other things,
Je.
people who claim to be socialists
Yo.
are saying that, what is this institution at all? What relevance has it got to do with us?
Je.
And this should be a sign of worry to all of us.
Je.
And the only reason why we can curtail this is putting ourselves in situations for us to be very relevant.
Sure.
Situations now.
Je.
Mr. President, why commission this house? Let me also remind you that my predecessor, by the minister, said that, but I still want to remind you that we allocated the land for the development of a National House of Chiefs complex at Senua in the Kabri East District.
Je.
The project comprises offices and accommodation to Nananam and staff. The project, when completed, will solve the accommodation challenges that confront members of the National House of Chiefs when they attend meetings.
Je.
I will urgently entreat you to bring this project to fruition.
Je.
Let me express my gratitude and appreciation to the past and present leadership and members of the House for taking the initiative to renovate the building.
Je.
Togo President, I'm told about 95% of the renovation work occurred under your leadership.
Je.
You are highly commended for the great work done.
Je. Je.
The chairman and members of the committee that helped build this, the committee that helped in the renovation of this building,
Je.
I thank you also.
Je.
And I thank Nanano also for being gracious to allow me, as not a member of the House, to come here to address you today.
Je.
Thank you very much.
Je. Je.
Who is the finance minister? Shall we give it to him again?
What I wish, why I'm congratulating you and commending you, I'll plead we avoid double sales of land, which sometimes creates a lot of problems for our people and which hinder development of our country. Nananom, we have 2 elections at hand. One is your own elections. Elections within the National House of Chiefs to select your leaders. As you've always admonished us, the politicians, I don't fit, but I beg you, let me try to take this opportunity and request that we do our campaign with high level of decorous, so that at the end of the elections, we will still have the unity and peace that we are enjoying. And we have one body, very strong, united National House of Chiefs. My revered chiefs, beside your elections, which normally is not associated with a lot of problems, we have our general election this year. The role that you played so far, we wish you continue and do the same for us, so that we have peace in this country prior, during, and after the elections. It is said that investment goes to where there is peace. If you don't have peace, you cannot attract any significant level of investment. And if we want this country to develop at the pace that we want, or we all cherish, then peace is a very essential ingredient that will enable us achieve the level of development we want for our people. Your Royal Majesty, Otumfuo Osei Tutu, the second, the Asante, the President of the National House of Chiefs, Togo Abfede the 4th, the 14th. I wish and request that all people within our areas of jurisdiction, you admonish us to maintain sanity in our election campaign. We should respect each other, and if truly the ultimate objective of all the political parties is development, then we don't need insults among ourselves. What we need is to inform the people what we've done for them, what we can do for them when we are given the opportunity. It is with utmost pleasure that I'm here with you today and to represent the Minister for Finance, Honorable Ken Oforiatta, who have wished very much to be here with us. But for other uncontrollable circumstances, he could not make it and has asked me to represent him. Nananom, the chieftaincy institution is a revered institution and has been with us for years. The chiefs are honored and exalted in this country. It's an institution for which governments will come, governments will go. The chieftaincy institution will still be there. Chiefs, historically, up to date, have been major institutions in development of this country and will continue to be major stakeholders in the development of the country. The honor we give them It's not just because of the stool or skin on which they find themselves, but the role they play in society. You cannot do any development or undertake any development without the support or involvement of our chiefs. They are the custodians of our land. And for whatever development we are doing, we will need their support. We thank God that they've given us support all this while, and especially in the maintenance of peace.
Before we call on His Royal Majesty
of the Minerals Commission, Honorable S.K. Boafo, is not worth pursuing. So we want to do politics that will bring development to the people.
First, Board Chairman, Minerals Commission, the Shanti Regional Minister, the Director of Chieftaincy, Mayor of Kumasi, the General. With all humility, give space for His Royal Majesty, the President of the National House of Chiefs, Vice Presidents, Ministers of States, and other protocols to officially commission the let us remind you that we shall act for the vote of thanks and the closing prayer.
Oh Lord, save your servants who put their trust in you. Send them help from your holy place, and evermore mighty defend them. Be unto them, O Lord, a strong tower in the face of their enemy. O Lord, hear our prayer from the face of their enemy. O Lord, hear our prayer, and let our cry come unto you. Enter, O Lord, we beseech you, this national house of glory. Go to your glory, that it may be hallowed by your abiding presence. Almighty God, our Heavenly Father, send down upon our traditional rulers who hold office and take counsel in this place, the spirit of wisdom, charity, and justice.
Amen.
Then they will go to the conference hall where photo exhibitions and other events will be ongoing.